Now, I have to say that I believe that the ABAKOSOVA are descendants of the tribe of Levi and the tribe of Judah. I argue that the Ribena dance, we have a dance called the Ribena, and the Ribena, you know, I can't really dance it well, but I know Ribena is usually danced by women during harvest. I mean, during happy times and during, you know, mostly during happy times. This is a dance that embodies the identity of the Ekegusii tribe, and in my heart of hearts, I do believe that Ribena embodies the female identity of our tribe, and that's why women dance it, to really mark that primordial, you know, second energy. So I argue that the Ribena dance, danced by women only by shaking of their shoulders, is the Ribena dance of contention that marks Leah's contention with Rael over her husband's affection during the birth of her third son, Levi, Leb, or Lev. So Leah says she conceived again and bore a son, and said, "Now this time my husband will become attached to me, because I have borne him 2 sons. Therefore he was named Levi." Now, a phonetic variation of the name Ribena would then become Libna. Because Ekegusii does not have L. It would be, so meaning that the alternative pronunciation of Ribena would then be Ribena and Libina. I mean, I'm sure there's varying others, but we'll just go with those primary conversions that we have. Name Libna or Ribna is a constant reminder of the contention between Leah and her husband, but also Libna, from where Laban is derived, showed a contention with Israel, meaning Jacob. So I argue that in this regard, Ribena is still danced by women only as a symbolic representation of Israel being born of a feminine primordial energy, the seed of the woman, and you can find that in Genesis 3:15. Let's start with the Ivri Hebrew description of what Ribna is. So Rib, in the Ivri Hebrew language, means contention, a contest, a strife, a controversy, a dispute, an adversary, a pleading, a litigation, or a quarrel. Then you have Libi. Now that was Rib. Then you have Libi, which is a phonetic conversion. Really, I believe Libi in the Ivri Hebrew language means in my heart. Okay. Now let's go to the second, to the suffix. The prefix was Rib, and Bina would be, that suffix in the Ivri Hebrew language would be broken-hearted, gain understanding, discernment, wisdom, or knowledge. Now, Buna also in the Ivri language would be knowledge, understanding, building, or insight. Now, please understand that when I say in my heart or contention, what that implies is that always pay attention to the condition of something. So if I say Bina means knowledge, it means what is the condition of the knowledge? Is there a contention? Is there a disagreement? Is there an agreement? Is there a kind of building? It's always the condition. So if I say his name was Levi, coming from the Hebrew word heart, then you have to ask, what is the condition? What was the condition of Leah's heart? And Leah says in her heart, she was hoping her husband and her would be joined together. Now, look at the suffix Bina. Also, you have the word Ben, drawn from the root word to signify the relationship between 2 parties. And in Swahili, the word Baina is used to signify a relationship between 2 parties. Now, if you combine Libi and Bina, Libi, remember, means in my heart. If you combine Rib and Bina, it will be strife, contention. In my heart, gain wisdom, understanding, means there's a problem with all that. Knowledge, understanding, wisdom, strife. There's strife. So, but if you put Libi and Bina, meaning in my heart, and Bina, it will mean in my heart there's contention, there's broken-hearted, gain wisdom, understanding. So whichever way you go, if you use Libi in my heart and combine with Bina, you'll get the same meaning. If you use Rib, which means contention in the Hebrew language, and combine it with Bina, you'll still get the same meaning. And that's how you know that, this language is for real. It's ordained by God. Okay, now let's go to Ekegusii. Now, what does Ribina mean in the Ekegusii? This is from my research. This is what I found. Now, Ri is a prefix to indicate usually time or largeness of something, and Bina is used to indicate a contention or contentious cases awaiting litigation, right? Now, Buna means to contend or disagree or quarrel between two parties. So then, and then you have the singular version of Bina, which would be Kina. In Ekegusii, Hebrew means singular for a case awaiting litigation. And then Kina in the Hebrew language means an elegy or a dirge or a lamentation. And then Kina would mean in Hawaiian, it's a variant name for Dina, meaning God has judged. And look how Hawaiian Kina and Dina connect to the KISII. And that's, and that's also a very important formula. And sometimes don't worry about where the word comes from. As long as they look alike, take them and compare them. And that's how we will make steps towards finding the pre-Babel, the proto language, sorry. And that's how we make steps finding the proto language. So Bina would then mean the great contention, the large contention, the heavy contention. So in Ekegusii and in the Hebrew, Ribina have identical meanings. So how can you say that these two tribes were not born of the same mother? Okay. Now the Lambor tribes or the Rembe tribes or Remba tribes, I just want to talk about the root meaning of what the Lambor tribes would mean. Now, I do believe that the Lambor of South Africa are highly related to the Luhya of Kenya, who call themselves the Mulembe people, meaning peace people. And Lambor means peace. So, in my language, we don't have L, we say Rembe, meaning peace or grace. So, Molembe is Luhya, Leba is Ivri, meaning heart, Lebab, Ivri, meaning heart. Then you have Libe, German, meaning love. And love is English, and then Levi comes from the Hebrew word love. And this is really how the word love was formed, from the word lab or leb, the Hebrew language. Not only in German, but also in English, where German you have Liebe, English you have love, and then for Lamba, meaning peace in my tribe, or Rembe, it's a variation. Now, what's another indicator that a nation is, Abrahamic or of Abrahamic descent? Hebrew. Now, another indicator is that they had cousins called the Moabites, and Moabites were the children of Lot. Lot had these children with his own daughters because they didn't know that there were men available, and they raped their father, and they produced the Moabites, and the Moabites became the worshippers of Moloch or Moloch. Now, in Ekegusii language, guys, guess what? Cousins are called Vamuavo. I've always found this term very curious because the term carries, a denotative meaning of, those who are a part of us but really belong to them. That's what the name is, Vamuavo. Those who are us but belong to, those who are part of us but belong to them. So, Aramaic, meaning that in the Ekegusii language, Ba represents, the children of a patriarch, and Moabo means, cousins, means the cousins. So in Aramaic, the name would then become Moaba. Not different from Ekegusii. Ekegusii is Moabo, Aramaic Moaba. Now, in Ekegusii, we have Moabo or Mobo, meaning their domicile. And then you have the word Mabu, meaning their reign. And you have the term. So it's possible that the term Moabo may have come way before the word Hebrew or Hebrew, or they came along the same time. I have to go and confirm and see that. But the various pronunciations would then be, in the Hebrew language, it comes from the root word me and me. And me means what, and me means who. So in the Hebrew language, it will be me. Who, what, father? Meaning who, what? Their father, But in Ekegusii, I have to show you how that would be. It's so cool. Now, Moab, the first part of Moab, Mo, comes from the Ekegusii word Amo, meaning together. And Abo means a patriarch, meaning those who are together with their patriarch, those who became one with their father patriarch. So, Amo, Abo. Now, when kisses are gossiping, this is how they'd be. Hey, moi boy. But so, meaning they are one with their father. So, because we use father would be Esau, so let's replace that with Abo, because I've had many other Bantu languages called father Abo. So, Amo, Abo. See how that was born? Now, and you don't want to be around gossiping kisses because they be, oh Lord. Yeah. So anyway, let's move on. Now, Moabites were the worshippers of Moloch, okay? And the Moloch is the root Hebrew word coming from the word ruler or king. The god Moloch was worshipped by the Moabites. Now, the phonetic conversion, I'll show you the phonetic conversion of Moloch. Now, from Moloch will become Molochi, right? And then with a K, or Molochi with a CI. And then it can become Molro. Replace that L with an R, Morogi, right? And then you have Moroki, Mologi, Mrogi, Swahili. Now, Omorogi in my language is the name for a witch, meaning she or who belongs, meaning a person who belongs to Moloch, or Moloch. Moloki, Omorogi, meaning one who belongs to Moloch. And then, so Mrogi would be Swahili. And Malogo is also another Swahili term, which would Malogo or Maloko. See how the phonetic variation would be? Malogo would then be, the concept of witchcraft or witchcraft paraphernalia, right? Malogo. So the name, so Ekegusii language and the Ekegusii and Swahili all have the same name for Moloch. It's pronounced differently, and that's the beauty of phonetic conversion and accent. And this is how you kill a rat. Now, and guys, I know there's, guys make fun about, KISII, there's been so many stereotypes about witchcraft and the ABAKOSOVA people, and there's been so many witch burnings, but they're stereotypes that follow a certain tribe, not because they're lies, but they're true. So we need to abandon, we need to get rid of those old gods that caused us to be scattered to where we are today, and abandon that worship of Moloch. Guys, for real, seriously, like, this is serious. We need to abandon the worship of Moloch and our love for Moloch, because our love for Moloch brought us where we are today, dissipated and derelict. But we are rising up. So guys, wake up and leave Moloch and see what the Lord will do for the ABAKOSOVA people. Okay, so guys, remember the first part of the slide where I talked about the slave trade confederacy, and the three principal tribes, which is the white tribe, European tribes, with the Edomites, and then you have the Ishmaelites, the Arabic tribes, and you have the Moabites that would not be limited only to Africa, but a bunch of them were in Africa. They still are anyway. So the Moabites are the worshippers of Moloch, the Morohis, meaning the African pagans who colluded with the Ishmaelites and the Edomites to sell their Hebrew brothers, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. See that? And that's exactly what they did. So when they say Moab, they're talking about the Molochis, the Morohis, the Malog gods, those who gave up their brothers.